Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and hey, I promised for a while that I would be doing Mega Man. This seems like a good time to get into it. So obviously I'm going to be doing this based off of the Mega Man Legacy Collection. And yeah, Mega Man and I have quite a history. And very recently, I found myself enjoying Mega Man as my main in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But before that, well, for starters, why don't we just get into it? So, the series obviously started here with this very first title, which brought with it some very interesting innovation for the time, in that it was the first game released that essentially allowed you to select your stage. Essentially allowing you to plan out your route and come to an understanding of what it is you'd be dealing with throughout the course of the game. So, I'm going to be playing in the widescreen, format. In this case, version doesn't make a big difference. As we all know, Mega Man's original name, even before he became the Blue Bomber, was Rock. So when he became a fighting robot, he became known as Rockman, but you know, in America they changed it to Mega Man because they figured Rockman would be too convoluted. Which, whatever, I kind of like Mega Man a little bit better myself. In this game, it doesn't make that much of a difference. The version choice makes much more of a difference in later games, so take that for what it's worth. I don't really know what this option does. Button configuration. I have changed a few things around. For starters, the auto-fire button, which will probably help in some instances. I've moved from the Y button, which is a really bad place for it, considering what the jump button is, to good old left trigger. And Mega Man 1 pause/select. Well, you'll just have to see what that does for yourself. That is a very magical button in Mega Man 1. And before we get into the actual game itself, I'd like to take a moment to show you perhaps the most important and life-altering thing. This guy's name is Pickle Man. Can we stop for a moment to just appreciate the greatness that is Pickle Man? I mean, yeah, he's basically pointless, but come on. How does one begin to compare the greatness that is Pickle Man to the world? Alright, that's enough of that. Let's actually get into this. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to be starting at Cutman. For a lot of people, this is a very iconic opening stage. And again, before we go too much further, let's just acknowledge the greatness that is the music in this game. Now, I am no speedrunner. I don't know all the speed strats or how to pull them off, so make of that what you will. Here we go. But in case you're wondering what that was, ow. Get out of here. That is essentially what the select button does in Mega Man 1. It just is a screen pause, like badoop. Now, before you go on thinking, oh, that's not very important, son, you don't know the first thing about that select button. I'm just gonna say it right now. That select button is going to become your best friend in this game. No, your eyes do not deceive you. Those enemies, known as the adhering Susies, have lots and lots of health. Okay, I'm trying to just skip them, but it's been a while since I played Mega Man 1. I'm getting the feeling that the auto-fire button doesn't do as much as I would like. So, back to good old mashing for me. Now, make no mistake, it's been a while since I've played Mega Man 1, yes, but... Ow. Yeah, that's a big eye, and if it hits you, it does right around, shitloads of damage, so you want to try not to get hit by Big Eye if at all possible. Also, not taking a million hits from the Susies would be a good thing. Yeah, that says to me right there that the auto-fire option doesn't exactly work super well in this game. And yes, climbing ladders is as painfully slow as it appears. But I mean, despite all of that, I still love this game. Oops, I screwed up. But Mega Man, the original Mega Man, obviously what I'm playing right now, is definitely a... you know what? We'll just have to play super careful. Alright. And now on to Cutman! I suck. I'm not going to use this as an excuse forever, but just trust me when I say it's been a while since I played the original Mega Man. I have most of my Mega Man experience with the sequels, starting at Mega Man 2 and moving forward. There we go. Alright. So, I'd like to point out, I actually screwed up. I went to Cutman first just because, but that's not actually the stage I wanted to go to first. Mostly because there's a special item in Elecman's stage that I need Gutsman's weapon to get. So I was intending to start at Gutsman, but my brain said, do the speedrun route. And it's like, I don't know the speedrun, so how am I going to do the speedrun route? So that was a screw-up on my behalf, so let's just go ahead and jump into Gutsman now, which has arguably one of the most difficult platforming sections in any Mega Man game. Or at least that's what a lot of people say. I don't have a ton of trouble with it. A ton of problem, wow. Lame. Well, except for, you know, I do. Apparently I'm a filthy liar. So I had mentioned earlier that I had some particular history with Mega Man. That history being that Mega Man was my very first video game ever. Not just any Mega Man game, but Mega Man 2. At the time that I got the game, I wasn't even aware that there was a Mega Man 1. I only knew about Mega Man 2. There we go. Alright. Through the most difficult part and onto the most annoying part. Everyone prepare to say hello to Pickle Man. Yeah, there are some particular quirks of the first Mega Man that have yet to be worked out. Like, you know, losing all of your momentum and coming to a sudden stop when you pick up an energy refill. There we go. Or like the kind of slippery feel in Mega Man's movement. And also in future games, the hallways leading up to the bosses aren't this long. Alright, so Gutsman can be a bit of a pain. That's one of the big reasons why. I'm amazed that I did that. Whew! That's about as close as it gets to a photo finish there, folks. Also, future Mega Man games don't have points, so really what this game laid the groundwork for was the stage select system. Oops. So the gameplay loop and the musical references are all things that started here, because you want... Oops. There we go. Ow. Yeah, these vertical sections are absolutely one of the things that... Whoops. Are absolutely one of the things that make this level hard. And we also see the first advent of the Yoku blocks, one of the most hated Mega Man mechanics in the world. There we go. So as I've tried to allude to a few times now, Mega Man is one of the games that defines NES hard. I'm sure many of you know that term, NES hard, reserved for the most difficult of things that gaming has to offer. So what exactly defines a game as NES hard? Well, more often than not, it has to do with essentially archaic progression and things that make a game artificially difficult, like knockback and one-hit kill scenarios. And just like that, we've got Magnet Beam. Perhaps one of the most broken Mega Man items ever, Magnet Beam just allows you to create your own platforms. And right now, I'm trying to kind of get used to using it. As you can see, because of sprite flickering, this is not the easiest thing in the world. And like I said, I'm no speedrunner, so I do not have thousands of hours of practice using the Magnet Beam. There we go. So, already you can see some of the more poignant uses of it. Not even sure poignant is the right word in this case. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna take this the slow way because I haven't learned how to use the Magnet Beam to climb these chambers. And I can see myself making tons of mistakes. Like I said, I'm no speedrunner. I'm just a big Mega Man fan. I'm a Mega fan. And there we go. Elect Beam is mine. There we go. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all. So another thing that started here in good old Mega Man is essentially what we like to refer to as the weakness chain. Essentially meaning that every boss has a weakness to a specific weapon. And I think that's true of most of the regular enemies as well. Ow. I don't want to use too much of my magnet beam because there's a part coming up where I really want to use it. This is why people don't like the Yoku block sections. And as much as I can't blame anyone for not liking them, I also feel as though it's just a matter of understanding your timing. Now, I could very well use the magnet beam to just skip this. Because I will be the first to admit, yeah, this is annoying. And right now, trying to figure out this pattern is giving me a bit of an aneurysm, so I will do this the slightly easier way. I don't want to use a whole bunch of magnet beam. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna need more magnet beam. There we go. Don't need that. I will need Elect Beam pretty soon here. So that's one of the magical things that the select button can do, is it can negate knockback. By the way, your eyes are not deceiving you. The Elect Beam is easily one of the best weapons in Mega Man 1. Now I'm gonna show you what the select button is really for. Except for I missed. Ooh, except for I stink. Basically what you can do with the Elect Beam is reset an enemy's iframes with it. Or not the Elect Beam, with the special select pause button. And yes, this is cheese, but there are some enemies that I swear you aren't going to beat without it. That having been said, there is one particular enemy that I am going to do my damnedest to beat without using the trick, and I will make a safety save beforehand so that if I just plain can't do it, then I can just cheese it. But I will do my best not to do that. And again, I know that there are speedrun tricks and zips to get through this level essentially without having to get accosted by flame jets, but like I said, I don't know those tricks. Good enough. And by the way, in my opinion, the music in this game is definitely one of those things that's the epitome of classic. But this isn't the Mega Man game that everyone knows for its music. That would be the next game in the series. Yeah, we'll just use iframes there and damage boost to that. Now I know that there's a zip there, but I don't know how to accurately use it. Like I said, I'm not a speedrunner. I haven't learned the route or the tricks. So basically all I'm doing is just playing the game. And we're going to be coming up on Fireman, who's, as far as I can tell, his attack pattern is so erratic that you're only going to get through this fight in one of two ways. You're either going to brute force it, or you're just going to use the select button trick. Apparently there are ways to fight this guy without taking a bunch of damage, without doing this, but hey, I only know that method. So, I mean, if you have an issue with that, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Fireman kicks my ass. And now Bomb Man, who I was originally going to come... yeah, no, this is right. This is part of the weakness order, but I should have gone to either Gutsman after this, or, you know, I should have gone to Gutsman first as I had intended. Ow. Ow. And again, there's a zip here in Bomb Man stage. It's right about here, but I don't know how to use it. I know it involves the magnet beam. Does that count for anything? My guess is probably not. God, Darkseid, you don't know anything. You know, not being a speedrunner doesn't mean I don't know things. There we go. That is the first appearance of Sniper Joe, everybody. You'll get used to him from other Mega Man games. Oh no, what have I done? And another staple of Mega Man games is that any weapon outside of your lemons, otherwise known as your pea shooter, otherwise known as your plasma cannon, otherwise known as the buster, is that you have limited ammo, so you just have to be real careful on how you use your resources. Oh, I could have gotten out of there without taking damage if I hadn't been a dumbass. I don't need to use the pause button trick on you. If I'm resorting to using it on a Sniper Joe, what's next? Ow. The obvious fast thing to do there would be to just use the magnet beam. Actually, the zip is here, but again, I don't know how to do it, so I apologize. Oh, that's why you stay high there. Oh, come on. Yeah, these guys are terrible. Now, he's gonna try to follow me, but you'll notice he can't. Oh, too bad for you. Ow. I mean, okay, I guess I'll just damage boost all the way to the bottom. So there's a good chance I'll need to... Yep, that's what I thought. And that means I have to start the stage over from the beginning. Like I said, I started with Mega Man 2 and never knew that there was a Mega Man 1. I just was really confused by the idea that the first game in the series I had ever played was Mega Man 2. And it confused me because Mega Man 2 was so well polished and had been shown so much love, I just figured, okay, this must be where it started. This is where the conventions began. No, I would be a very wrong boy. Ow. By the way, yes, they do have very Medusa head-like patterns. You'll notice that's a thing in a lot of NES games, is a lot of enemies that have that annoying sine wave pattern. Ow. Owie. Alright, now let's do this the right way. You know what, that works. Alright, and we're right back to where we left off. Excellent. That takes care of the 6 Robot Masters, but as you all well know, most Mega Man games have 8 Robot Masters. So Dark Sage, where are the other 2? Well, there were 2 Robot Masters that were... Hold on. There we go. Now, I am going to save the game here so that we can come back to this. But obviously, we're going to be picking back up with Dr. Wily in the next episode. Save complete. Good. Now, what I was going to say, and what I'm going to finish saying before I call this episode good, is that the original plan was to have 8 Robot Masters, but I think they were cut either due to time constraints, or they just couldn't figure out how to use what limited space they had on an NES cartridge. Those would later be reintroduced in the PSP remake of Mega Man, which were Time Man and Oil Man, one of which is weird, one of which is potentially racially insensitive, but we will cross that bridge another time. For right now, I want to say thank you very much for joining me on my Mega journey. I'm going to be playing a lot of Mega Man for the channel in the upcoming weeks and months here, so stay tuned for that. Wizard of Legend isn't going anywhere, and yeah, this is something that I do because I love to do it. I'm a huge Mega Man fan, and I love to share with my fans the things that I'm a fan of. So again, thank you very much for coming and spending some of your free time with me. All of my links to the social medias will be in the description below. I love you guys very much, and I will catch you in the next video. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.